All right, hello there, everybody. It is your Coach Nadia here, and today I will be bringing you a medicine ball workout. We don't need it just yet, so mine is on the side on the slide. But what I'm going to have you do to get started is just go ahead and stand up and give me a nice shuffle in place. If you do not have a medicine ball at home, don't stress out. If you have any sort of ball, bring it nearby, but otherwise, grab that heavy dumbbell and we can use that instead. All right, your quote of the day, let's not forget about that. If at first you don't succeed, try doing what your coach told you to do in the first place. That is unknown. So in just a few moments, I'm going to show you one exercise to get us started on our core. Okay, we're doing a plank, but we're going to rest between, keep shuffling. So once we come down to our plank, I'll usually count you down. You're going to get onto your forearms, on your knees, or on your toes. So from here, you're going to hold for 5 seconds, and then I'll ask you to drop your knees or drop your tummy, okay? Let's come on down to that plank position. I'm going to go ahead and set our timer to 45 seconds, and we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Into that forearm plank, knees or toes. And drop. Good. We're gonna pause and go again in 3, 2, 1. Let's come up. Good. Keep it holding. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Okay. We got just a few more like that until the beat. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. All right. Remember that you're welcome to lower your knees if you're on your toes and just keep a little bit of a burn going. 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Good. We've got one more round to go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Lift up. In a second, we're going to turn onto our back. 3, 2, 1. Change. Go ahead and flip over onto your back. We're going to come into a tabletop. So tabletop your legs, and we're going to bring our hands by our sides. 3, 2, 1. We lift up. I want you to reach your hands to one side of your legs. Bring it back. Then reach to the other side of your legs and bring it back. And we're going to reach it right in between your knees and bring it back. Keep it going. So we're going from one side to the other side, then to the center. If for some reason having your legs up like this is too much, then plant your feet. Keep it going. You got it. Good. Susanna, make sure that you're table-topping those legs for bent knees. You want your heels to be around the level of your knees. Good, you got it. Remember that this is the modification with your feet on the ground. If at any point you need a break, you can rest your head. And stop. Go ahead and relax here. We're going to walk our feet in. And then you're going to lift your hips up for the count of 2 and then down for the count of 2. It's 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift for 2. Actually hold up at the top for 2. And then come down for 2. And up for 2. We hold for 2. Then down for 2. Nice. You got it. Keep it going. Now go ahead and find your own count, or you can follow along with me. Just make sure you're holding at the top. Remember, you want to think of your glutes as Keith would say, they're either apples or applesauce. So what you want is apples, so strong and firm at the top, or like applesauce at the bottom. You got it. Just a few more rounds. And then we flip over for mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1, change. Let's go ahead and flip over. I want you to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll come into a high plank position in 3, 2, 1. Let's step the feet back, okay? You can lower your knees if you need to the ground. You can either hold here or slowly bring one knee in towards your chest. I want you to pause for a breath, and we're going to slowly bring that leg all the way back. Then other side, we're going to bring one knee into your chest, tuck in, and then slowly bring your foot back. Keep it going. Remember that if you need to, you can always be on your knees. If you're on your knees, I recommend you hold it here, or you bring your knees out to the side a little bit as they come forward. Nice job. I got my folks on Zoom over here. Anybody feeling the burn in your abs? A little bit, yeah? Great job. Last 3, 2, 1, pause. Now we're going to change it up here. So bring your knees down. Here's what's happening. Either from your knees or your toes, you're going to step one foot to the side and then reach. Going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Step that foot to the side, reach up, We're gonna step, bring it down and then switch. So leg back, other hand, leg comes forward, then you reach up. A good rule of thumb is that if your left foot is forward, your left arm reaches up. And if your right foot is forward, your right arm reaches up. Remember, if you need to, come down to hands and knees. You can always do this from there. Nice work, we got 15 seconds left here. Oh, I love how this stretches my glutes, my back, and my shoulders. We're coming up to standing in 3, 2, 1, change. We're coming up, and I want you to do a little lateral squat walk. So here's what it's gonna look like. We're just gonna squat, and I just want you to step to the side. Ready? Let's begin. Walk it to the side. You're gonna stay with your knees bent in your squats. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the side. Okay, so your hips should be back towards the wall behind you. And you're gonna find that this is just a natural slight leaning forward of your torso, that's okay. But what we don't want is your torso rounding down. So keep your torso high and your hips nice and low. Okay, so you got 12 seconds left here. And we're gonna finish off this warm up with some jacks coming up. You do have 10 seconds in between to break. Last 3, 2, 1, pause. So remember, for your jacks, you can either step it out and in, or you can hop it out and in. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. You can hop or step. Nice work. Yeah, you are at home and you're in an apartment building where somebody lives below you. Please give your neighbors a break. I mean, some of y'all are soft-footed though, so you can jump and then land like a cat, right? We got 15 seconds left here, and then we'll have an opportunity to break. Can you get your arms to be a little bit longer? You got this. Last 3, 2, 1, stop. Nicely done. Take a moment to shake it off, walk it out, and catch your breath. How about an air 5 or air 10? That's actually 10. So nice work so far. Grab a sip of water. It's important that you stay hydrated throughout your workout. And I'll let you know what's going to happen next here. So during our warm-up, we had 5-second intervals. And we're going to keep that the same as we go through our next blocks of exercises. 3 different blocks, but I'm going to show you just the first. And we have 3 exercises to start it off. And this is where I want you to grab your medicine ball or your dumbbell. So take a moment, go get that. Here's mine. Okay, so what we're doing for the first one is a high plank and the lateral push. Got a stability ball there, Anna. You may want a dumbbell for this one. So from here, you're going to come into a high plank position. We're going to have our medicine ball on one side. Once you reach underneath with one arm, you're going to roll it or pull your dumbbell across if you have it. So we're going to roll from one side to the other. Remember that you're welcome to stay on your knees if you need to. Okay, that's exercise number 1. High plank and lateral push. Next up, we're going into a double kneeling to stand. So squatting on our knees. We're going to take that medicine ball, start it on your chest or dumbbell, reach it overhead. So where we're going to hold it from here, I'm going to have you step 1 foot forward, and we're going to stand up. You're going to step the same foot that stepped last. You're going to lower down. And we're just going to alternate legs. So forward and up. We're going back and down. Okay. If that doesn't feel right to keep your med ball overhead, then hold it at your chest instead. You can always lift up and then press, bring it down. Okay. All right, that's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3, we're going to a squat with a 3-second pulse. So here's what it looks like. Hands at the chest, you're gonna squat for 3, 2, 1, and lift. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Nice and simple. So again, if you have your dumbbells, same position at your chest. All right, you ready to do this? Okay, go ahead and find your ready position. We start in your high plank. Come on down to the mat. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Begin. High plank. Let's bring it across. I want you to try to avoid shifting your hips side to side as you bring your med ball or you reach your dumbbell across. We're going to pull it across or roll it across. And remember, you're welcome to come to your knees if you need to. A wider position of your knees or your feet may be best for you in this. So if you need to, take that wider position. Oh, yeah. Some of those tummy muscles aren't feeling good right now. I mean, good is an operative word. Last few seconds. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Change. We're coming to that kneeling position. So come into that double kneeling position. Hands go above the head in 3, 2, 1. Reach it up. We're going to step forward and lift. Then step back and down. Other leg. Step forward and stand. Back and down. We got it. If you need to, remember that you can push at the top. So your hands can be at the chest here, and you can always push at the top. You got it. Make sure to be as careful as possible as you come up and down. If you're finding that your knees are a little sensitive there, then just overhead reach. You got it. Last 6 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. We're coming into your squat pulses. So take your ready position. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Set your hips back. 3, 2, 1. We lift. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Now I want you to squeeze those glutes as you lift up to the top. Nice work. You got it. If you're finding that your knees are a little bit sensitive during this move, great thing if you're at home and you've got a wall nearby is to take your back to the wall and walk it down into a wall so you can always hold it there instead. Nice. Another 10 seconds to finish it. You got it. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going back to the top. So come on down, high plank. We're going to do this 2 more times. High plank, we're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Knees or toes. Bring it across. Nice, you got this. Remember that if you're feeling like you got a little bit of extra energy in that tummy today, then lift your knees up off the floor. Remember that the only way to grow your muscles, which is what we're looking for with strength training, is to challenge yourself a bit. So make sure that you're feeling a little bit challenged throughout the workout. You got this. 10 seconds, then we come to double kneeling. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, change. Ho, ho, ho. Oh yeah, that works that entire front body, right? Double kneeling, let's bring the hands up. Ready and go. Let's bring one foot forward, lift it up to standing, and bring it all the way down. Other side. We can alternate legs as you go. If you didn't alternate last time, that's okay. And if the overhead motion is completely feeling wrong for you, then keep your hands at your chest. Checking in with my zoomies, how we doing over there? There we go, I got one thumbs up, the others are holding weights in both hands. So, thanks, Steph. You don't have to injure yourself to answer. Stop, nice work. We're coming up to standing for your pulse squats. Okay, remember after this we have one more round of these moves. Let's go. Squat down, 3, 2, 1, and lift. Don't forget that squeeze in your glutes. Oh yeah. Keep it going. Now remember that you're welcome to get rid of the medicine ball if that's putting extra pressure on your body. And really aim to sink those hips back in your squats. Yeah, keep pulsing. The wall is an option for those who need it. Now we've got about 10 seconds left to go. You got this. Come on. Oh yeah, hitting that squeeze at the top. And stop, nicely done. One more round. Okay, let's take it to the ground. Coming up, 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, bring it across. Use your toes. Try to have your wrists and shoulders stacked. And that means that your weight or your medicine ball is coming across around either like between your belly button and chest or right underneath your belly button. Check in with your shoulders, team. Let's make sure those shoulders also stay tucked down away from your ears. And your back stays nice and flat. Oh yeah. Good, nice Anna. Great job on that posture. 3, 2, 1, change. Come back to that double kneeling position. Okay, let's bring the hands up. Going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Step it in and up. Now control is key, so you don't have to go fast on this one. All right. Remember that if the getting up and down from the floor feels like too much, you can always just do the overhead press. And if you're doing just that, then make sure to squeeze your glutes so they're also engaged during this move. You got it. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. We're going into our full squats one last time. I don't know about y'all, but I'm sweating a little bit, yeah? Ready? Let's go. You got it. Now, the most important part here is if your heels stay on the floor, well, most important parts, and then your hips are shifting back and down. If you find that your knees are going forward and your hips are going forward too, then try to shift your hips back as you go. You got it. Oh yeah, those pulses feel better every time. Now for my folks who are getting down low, see if you can get even lower. We're almost there. All right, last 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. All right. Now I want you to point to somebody nearby. If there's nobody nearby, point to yourself and say, you're doing awesome. You're doing awesome. Yeah. Nice to work. This is a great time to grab that water because I'm going to be showing you the next block of exercises. If you need to stay warm, then just shuffle in place as you watch. Coming up, we're doing a glute bridge with an adduction. So, medicine ball is coming between the thighs. If you don't have a medicine ball, you can always put a dumbbell on top of your hips instead. If you do, we're squeezing between the thighs. So as you lift and lower, you're going to maintain that squeeze position. Make sure that as you hit the top, you also find those apples, right? Okay, coming up next. We're going into an alternating step back lunge, so we'll need to come back to standing fairly quickly. For your step back lunge, we're going to take the med ball. Oh no. Sorry, I was going to get you to the wrong one. Receive finally down for a twist. I have a feeling I'm supposed to stay down. For your twist, we start with the med ball or dumbbell at one side, and you're going to take it to the other. So we're twisting side to side. And if you want extra here, feet can be off the ground. Okay? Last but not least, we're going for a little boxer shuffle and it looks like this. Medicine ball or dumbbell stays in front of your chest. From here, we shuffle forward and back. Now for one round, we're gonna stay in one direction. For the next round, we'll go the other. For the last round, we will alternate as we go. Sound good? All right. Perfect. We're starting on the ground with your glute bridges. So come on down. So again, if you have dumbbell that are on top of your hips, you got that medicine ball between your thighs. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Good. Lift and lower. Nice and simple. Lifting and lower. You got this. Remember to keep those glutes squeezed tight. And if you have any doubts about whether or not your glutes are engaging, then just take your hands and put them on your glutes. You're going to find that they are less firm on the floor and more firm at the top. If they're not more firm at the top, hold it at the top and then squeeze. Feel the difference? All right. Another 10 seconds here. And then we go into our twist. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, change. All right, take a seat. Transition here. So remember, feet can be on the ground or lifted. You're going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Take it side to side. Now just know, the taller you are during this exercise, so if my shoulders are right over my hips, the easier it's going to be, right? Now the more I lean back, the harder this is going to be on my obliques. Of course, feet up is going to be the toughest position of them all. Well, Steph's feeling bold today. Good, nice. Susanna, you got some heavy weight in your hand right there, girl. You should probably feel this on your biceps as well as your abs. Last few seconds. And change. Let's come on up to standing for our boxer shuffle. All right, hands to the chest. Let's turn toes to one side and begin. Punch it out and in. So you can do dumbbell or medicine ball. The further your hands go out, the harder it is. So just know, you don't need it super far for this move, because we're trying to bring that heart rate up. As you can tell by my breathing, my heart rate is up. Nice, keep it going. Now for any of y'all at home who are feeling that mid ball is just too much, if it's bugging your shoulders or your back, put it down. You're going to 2 punches, 2 punches. You got this. Last 3, 2, 1. Pause. All right, come to the ground. We've got our glute bridges coming up again. Round 2. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Once you get down there, let's go ahead and lift and lower. Don't forget that squeeze. Now your feet should be right underneath. Your heels should be right underneath your knees. Now notice, if you don't have a medicine ball between your thighs, notice whether or not your knees are collapsing. I want you to keep them as stable as possible. Oh man, this adds it on my glutes for real. If at any point you need to get rid of your lead ball or dumbbell, totally fine. Just make sure to keep lifting and lowering. Again, just a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, change. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're going into your seated twist. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good. Find that rotation. I know some people have a tendency to get dizzy on these exercises, and the reason for that is because your head is turning side to side constantly. So what I want you to do is find a point of focus straight out in front of you. Okay, keep your head there, even though your chest and your hands are turning to the sides. I want you to keep your eyes focused on a single point out in front of you. Last 10 seconds. You got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Always I feel like those inner thighs are still active on that one. Come on up, boxers. Ready? Let's go. Get those boxers. Pay attention to your head. Also pay attention to your back. Oh, I'm gonna say shoulders, but yes, back and shoulders. So what happens when you start reaching your arms forward is the shoulders tend to reach too. What I want you to do is keep the shoulders down. As you push and pull. Nice, you got this. Now again, if you need to get rid of that medicine ball, you can punch those arms instead. Oh yeah. Y'all looking strong in those arms right now. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. We've got one more round. Hustle down to the ground, please. Let's hit those glute bridges again. One last time. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Never fast enough for my timer. Well, not never, but sometimes. Some people might ask where to put the medicine ball. Really, it depends on the person, right? So for a guy, probably higher up the thighs, but for ladies, our thighs are different sizes. So the place where you can hold it without it slipping, let's say that. You got this, don't forget the apple, squeeze it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change, right? Take that seat. Good, I'm gonna face you for this round, just to give you an idea of that twist. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Find that twist. Now, if for some reason, this twist is tweaking your back, okay? Then you're gonna hold your V-sit position without twisting. You can always lean back and hold there, okay? Another option is if you're sitting and your back is firing up, lay down, okay? You can twist just gently from here. You got it. Nice work, last 10 seconds, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1, change. Come on up, we got those boxer shuffles to finish it off here. And then our final walk. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Remember, a few in one direction, and then a few in the other. I might take a few to the front. Nice, keep it going, remember. Remember, non-med ballers, take a few to the front, take a few to the side, and don't forget to switch to that other side. You got this, 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. All right. Woo. Grab that water, y'all. Grab that water. Catch your breath. If there's somebody, actually, even if there's nobody nearby, what I want you to do is put your hands up for a second and say, I'm crushing it. I am crushing it, okay? We got one more block left to go, and then that's it for the rest of the workout. 3 moves again. We start with a heel roll. Those with dumbbells, this is going to be a little bit harder for you, so this is how it goes. So what we're going to do for your heel rolls, you're going to put that medicine ball out in front of you. You're going to put your hands behind you on the floor or keep them off the floor. We're going to tap that medicine ball close and then drive it forward as you lean back. Little touches of your heel. If you want to do this with a dumbbell, you can, but otherwise, then I would say instead, if you want to do a little bicycle with your heels, then you can. So you're not using that medicine ball. Next up, we finally got those step back lunges that I mentioned earlier. It's gonna be fun, you know, So what we're gonna do is start at the top of your mat. From here, we're gonna step, let's say left foot steps back. We're gonna pass underneath your right hand, your right leg. And then right foot steps back, pass underneath your left, okay? Now this can be done with dumbbells, and actually I think it's easier with dumbbell as well. I'll go ahead and show you that. So if you have a dumbbell instead, then that pass can happen like so. Okay? All right, coming up next, last, is going to be a burpee. So if you have a medicine ball, this is where we're doing a nice, fun slam. It looks like this. We're gonna slam around and hit that burpee. Lift up, slam, and burpee. Okay? If you'd like, add that hop at the top, or if you're not hopping back, you're gonna walk it down and back, walk it up. Okay? You're welcome if you have a dumbbell to reach it overhead. Cool? All right. Was there a question? No. Okay, we're good. We're starting on the ground with your rollouts or your heel rolls. So come down, or bicycles. You're going in, 3, 2, 1, begin. Let's bring it in. Good. Your hands can be behind you on this if you want, or you can lift your hands off the floor. The perfect step. If you need to, you can bring your back to the ground for this one, and you can cycle those feet like so. Okay. You can also find that medicine ball. This is a more secure position for your back. Just make sure it doesn't arch too much as you're doing those bicycles. Okay? Last 10 seconds. Woo. Hello, Tony. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. My thighs. My thighs. We're step back lunge. Coming up to standing. Got this. 1 and 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, step back, pass underneath. You want to think about passing underneath your inner thigh. So if you're passing the weight, it has to be inside. Yeah, you got it. Make sure you're alternating legs. Okay, a little bit of a hinge forward is okay, or you can always deepen the lunge. So if you were to bring your knee close or to touch the floor, it would be easier to pass it than if you stayed higher. You got this. Another 15 seconds. And of course, you can do it without, you can touch the floor instead of passing. Almost there. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're changing to burpees. Now, I know you know what to do. I'm gonna slide my mat back. Going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If you're using that medicine ball, slam. Hop or step it back. We're gonna lift. If you're using a dumbbell, you can put it down, and then as you come up, lift it and reach it to the sky. Of course, you can do this totally without weight, if you prefer. Oh yeah. Come on. I know you got this. Burn inside of you. Making those mid balls count. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right, back to your seat. Roll out. Let's hit it again. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You got this. Remember, you can have your back on the ground. You can be lifted up. Fingertips behind you for support, or hands up. Oh my quads. Oh my tummy. Anybody else? Oh yeah. Yeah, I got lots of thumbs up, lots of waves from Zoom. Come on, you got 15 seconds left to go. We are crushing the game right now. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Step back lunges. Come on up. We're going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. You got this. I got stuck. Nice. Good, Susanna, try passing on the inside of your leg. So instead of the outside of your thigh, inside. Yeah, well, you got this. It's a little bit harder or easier to miss your knee if you do the inside. Another 10 seconds. Nice. We're gonna get low in those lunges, ladies. Make sure that back knee is dropping if possible. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, burpees. Woo. Heart rate is at an all-time high this workout. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, hopper step it back. You got this. If you want, leave that med ball or dumbbell behind. I would love if you come down so you can sit your hips towards the ground before you step it back. Hips towards the ground before you stand up. You want to keep a nice flat back position as you go. You got this. Woo. Come on. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Change. Come on down. Okay. We're hitting that final round of exercises. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Those heel rollers going. All right, you got this. Saying hello to the quads, the hammies, the abdominals. Oh my goodness. Already halfway there. I don't think about the time, just think about the moves. 1 rep at a time. You got this. 10 seconds. I know, it's hard to stop thinking about the time, but I keep shouting at you. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, please. Get into those step back lunges. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now, if you're feeling some funniness in the knees, especially that back knee as you step back, then go ahead and straighten your leg. You can always hinge a bit as you go into that lunge position. This is going to actually feel a little bit better for those with sensitive knees. But really do take that long step if possible. It's going to allow you to reach a little further. Come on. Getting those final 10 seconds. Last 3, 2, 1. Stop. Now we have a saying. When I say last set, you say best set. Last set. All right, go to 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on. Big slam. Hit as hard as you can. I know that's really loud, so try to avoid making too much noise for y'all. Come on. It's your final exercise. Gotta make it count. Ooh. Come on, if you need to, step it out. Almost there. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. You crushed it. Woo, catch your breath. Catch your breath. We're gonna do a quick cool down before I let you go here. Nice work. We feeling energized? Give me a thumbs up if you do. All right, cool. If you need to, grab a very quick sip of water and then we'll start stretching it out. Let's go ahead and take your feet actually together. We'll inhale, stretch both arms to the sky. As you exhale, interlace your fingers, press both hands up. And let's hinge to one side. A little bit of a bend in your knees can feel good if you have some back tension. Good, then inhale back up. We're gonna exhale to the other side. And a little bit of bend in the knees if you need it. Bring it back to the center. Okay, we'll take the feet nice and wide. I want you to slowly hinge. You can keep your hands on your shins or bring your hands to the floor. If you're at home and have a couch, that might feel good too. Try to relax your head, your neck, and your shoulders as you bend here. Then let's go ahead and bend the left knee. Keep the right leg straight. We'll switch, straightening the left leg and bending the right knee. I want you to turn to the right. So we're going to turn your toes, lift your heel, and let's lower the left knee down to the ground. I want you to reach your right arm up for a twist. Try to keep your back nice and long as you twist. Good. Bring your hand down. We're going to actually walk over to the other side. Bring your right knee down, slide your left foot forward for that lunge position. Good. Left arm up. Nice big twist. Again, keep your back as long as you can. So reach that left arm up and back. Good. When you're ready, let's place the hand down. We're just gonna take your seat, whatever way you can. So take a seat. We're gonna stretch both legs out in front. And I recommend taking your feet about as wide as your mat. We're gonna slowly inhale, lift your chest towards your toes. And then as you exhale, fold over your legs any amount. Now you might be able to bring your chest down between your knees or keep it up, doesn't matter. Just find the best stretch for you. It may feel good to tilt side to side a few times. Get it to your lower back. Gently roll yourself up. We're going to keep the left leg long, bend your right knee. Bring your right foot to the side of your hip for a nice little quad stretch. And you can lean back. And when you're ready, kick that foot forward. We'll switch to the other side. So bend your left knee and bring your foot to the side of your hip. And then lean back any amount. You're gonna unwind your leg, flip over to hands and knees. You're gonna tuck your toes, and then lift your knees up, shift your hips back for a little downward dog. And then go ahead and walk your feet forward slowly towards your hands. You're gonna bend your knees, look forward. When you inhale, lift up, sweep your arms up, and then exhale, release. You can tilt your head to one side, and look forward and back a few times. And then tilt your head to the other side. We'll tilt it forward back. Hannah. When you're ready, return it to center. Good. I'll take one more big inhale, stretch your arms up, and then exhale, release. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming to the workout today.